Well, as we noted in our opening segment, just one area basketball team left standing heading into this weekend's state championship games. But we were lucky enough to have 8 Lehigh Valley teams represented in this year's PIAA boys and girls basketball tournaments. So this week's edition of Top Plays is dedicated to them. We begin in the 6A class, where the Nazareth girls were back in the state tournament for the 7th straight year. The Blue Eagles making history with their first ever PIAA quarterfinal victory. Junior Maddie Ahern brought her A game Friday night. After converting the game's opening bucket, she'd net 2 more three-pointers in the second quarter to help combat an Archbishop Carroll rally. This one, a buzzer-beating effort to close the first half. Ahern would net a dozen of her game-high 15 points in the first 16 minutes, leading Nazareth to the 50-35 win and the program's first ever state semis appearance. Blue Eagles closed the year at 17-2 overall. Congratulations on a phenomenal campaign. Meanwhile, in boys 6A, William Allen was back in the PIAA field for the 3rd straight season and 5th time in the last 7 years. Canaries hung around all afternoon long with Philadelphia Catholic League powerhouse Archbishop Wood. Big reason why was Allen's efficiency from beyond the arc. The Canaries knocked down 8 three-pointers, 4 each, for Nate Ellis and Anthony Rondon. Ellis with a team-high 18 points, while Rondon chipped in 17. Allen finishes the year 11-5 overall and district champs for the 2nd time in 3 years and 20th time in program history. Over in the 5A class, a hugely memorable season for the Bangor Slaters ended Friday evening against District 12 champion Archbishop Bryant, but not before one last impressive performance from senior C.J. Miles. The Colonial League first-team All-Star dropped in a team-high 18 points, including 10 in the 4th quarter. Bangor's historic season comes to a close at 14-4 overall. Slaters the only area team to win both a league and district title. That district crown was the program's first in 33 years. In girls 5A, district titles have become the norm at Bethlehem Catholic, where the Golden Hawks won their 5th straight this year. Becca did, however, see its 8-game state tournament winning streak come to an end in Saturday's quarterfinals. Junior Courtney Wilson was stellar all postseason long and maybe never better than on Saturday, when she dropped in a team-high 24 points, including 14 in the 4th quarter. The James Madison recruit, one of 5 starters, all slated to return next season for head coach Jose Medina. One local standout who won't be back next year is Central Catholic senior Emily Vaughn, who did all she could in her final game with the Vicats, 9 points and a handful of assists. But Central Catholic couldn't outlast Gwynedd Mercy. Vaughn averaged 7 points per game during her senior season and helped the Vicats capture their first district title in 9 years. Not going far to continue her basketball pursuits, Vaughn is headed to Muhlenberg in the fall. On the boys' side of the 4A field, that's of course our one team left standing. You already saw Aiden Burmeister's shot that got the Vikings to the finals, but they wouldn't have even been in last night's semis if not for a stellar performance from senior Tyson Thomas in the quarters on Friday. Down by as many as 17 in the 3rd quarter, Thomas led the comeback charge with a game-high 24 points. Central outscored Archbishop Carroll 21-8 in the final frame, en route to the 55-51 win. Vikings get District 10's Hickory in Thursday's championship. Finally, in the 3A class, Executive Education gave District 4 champ Loyalsock everything it could handle in Saturday's quarterfinals. Senior Jevin Muniz with a team-high 24 points, highlighted by this buzzer-beating tray at the close of the 3rd. That got the Raptors to within 6. They'd ultimately fall by just 4 points. Executive won 20 games this season despite the truncated campaign. Muniz caps his impressive high school career with 1,512 total points. In the girls' 3A field, Notre Dame Green Pond reached the state semis for the first time in program history. A big reason why? The stellar play of junior guard Reagan Cooper, who paced the Crusaders with 21 points in their 55-47 quarterfinal win over Trinity. That marked 3 straight games with 20 or more points for Cooper. Notre Dame, of course, falling last night in the semis as Josh Kopp's group finishes the year at 15-5 overall. Cooper, though, of course, back next year for Notre Dame. Finally, it's not PIAA tournament action, but congratulations to the DeSales women's basketball team on capturing its 3rd straight MAC Freedom Conference title and the 9th in program history. Defense powered the Bulldogs all season long, and that was the case once again in Thursday's championship triumph over Delaware Valley. DeSales forced 29 turnovers, leading directly to 30 points, as the Bulldogs throttled the Aggies 66-34. 4 players finished in double figures, including tournament MVP Avery Jordan, who led the way with 18 points. DeSales finishes the year a perfect 9-0. So congratulations to head coach Fred Richter and his entire Bulldogs roster.